What is going on, Future Focus team? Back at it with another video. If this is the first time to the channel, thank you. Welcome. If not, welcome back. The purpose of this channel is to educate and entertain you. But the ultimate goal of this channel is just to make you a little bit smarter today in order for you to have a better tomorrow. And with all that said, let's jump right into it. So what we're going to talk about today is an alternative to the stock market. But before I get into that, I want to talk about 3 reasons why I feel you should have an alternative to the stock market. My first reason is diversification. So basically not having all of your eggs in one basket. What many big investors do is they diversify their portfolio by putting some of their money in precious metals like gold and silver, having money in real estate, having money in the stock market. Some even do bonds. And the reason they do this is to protect themselves from the downside because the economy works in cycles. So there's going to be times when the stock market is thriving, what we call a bull market, and housing may be crashing. And vice versa. There'll be times where the bond market is doing great, but stocks aren't doing so great. So it's a way to protect themselves on the downside while also taking advantage of that upside when it does occur. My second reason is volume. By volume, I mean the amount of people that are participating in the stock market. By the time a company IPOs, an initial public offering, so many people know about it because of videos like this one on YouTube where you have YouTubers that are talking about everything that company has to offer, and they're giving so much information on it that people don't even have to go and do their research. So by the time a company comes out, so many people know about it that they're just putting their money in it, and these stocks are like literally multiplying by 100% the day they IPO. You've seen this through the vehicles known as special purpose acquisition companies, also known as SPACs. You've seen this all year. An example would be a company named Nikola. They came out, their share price was about $30 prior to their IPO. And then whenever they merged with that special purpose acquisition company, that stock jumped from about $30 to about almost $90 the same day. So what ended up happening after that, that stock came crashing down. And there's people that paid $70, $80, and they still haven't seen any return on their investment. They're actually down about 50%. My third and final reason is the inability to get in on the ground floor in a company. What I mean by that is be one of the first people to invest in the company. By the time a company IPOs, big investors with big pots of money, which I don't have, and if you're watching this, you probably don't have it either, they're able to get into these companies before any of us are. An example of this is a company called Snowflake. Before they IPO'd, Warren Buffett, which we all know, big investor, billions of dollars in the bank, he was able to buy $250 million worth of that stock at a share price of 120, which was going to be the original share price that the company debuted at. The day that Snowflake went public, the price of that stock was $253 and the high was $319 that day, which is the equivalent of about an $800 million paper profit for Warren Buffett. What I mean by paper profit is that he didn't sell for that, so he didn't really make actual profit from it. However, the fact that he couldn't have made profit if he sold it at 319 is just mind-boggling. So now that we discussed that, let's talk about why we're here. I'm going to talk to you about a company I found called Start Engine. Now, what is Start Engine? Start Engine is a company that works in 2 facets. One facet is it allows investors to be the shark. If you've ever watched Shark Tank, it allows you to be the shark. And in the other facet, it allows companies that are looking for crowdfunding or financing for whatever project they're trying to achieve to get money from investors just like you. And with a minimum of about $100, you can fund a company that many people never heard of. So the way it works is these companies will make a video about what they're about and they'll pitch it to you. So you'll watch the video and you'll decide, do I want this company or not? Currently, there are about a dozen companies that you are available to look at what they are, what they stand for, what they have, who their leadership is, the same way you would in the stock market. However, you're doing it at a smaller level because these companies haven't really been discovered. As of right now, there are only about 9,000 investors in the actual company of Start Engine. So that's very small when you compare it to the millions of people that are invested in the stock market. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful himself, is thoroughly invested in this company, and he's also the spokesperson. And you might know him from the actual TV show Shark Tank. Now that I've talked to you about the company, let me give you a quick tour of their website. So I'm going to start with talking about questions that I think you guys would have. So how does Start Engine make money? The vast majority of our offerings are completely free for investors, as Start Engine makes its money by charging fees to the companies raising money. And the other question I thought was, is Start Engine legit? Yes, Start Engine is legit in the sense that it is a legitimate regulated business and is a legit investment option open to anyone over the age of 18. I thought those were two very important things. So when you go to the website and you finally get to startengine.com, this is what you're going to see upon getting to the website. So as I said, this is their spokesperson, Kevin O'Leary. He's also a strategic advisor to the company, which is a great thing to have if you're a small company. You actually have a billionaire who's well-renowned in the investment community as a big investor, and he's on your side and helping you out. He's very good at weeding out negative investments and things that people would perceive as a bad investment, as has a lot of history doing this. So having him in your corner makes this company very credible to me. Some of the current offerings they have, these are some of the things at the top of their list. This is not all they have. These are just the ones on their main page. What is Start Engine? It helps everyday people invest and buy shares in startups and early growth companies. All right, so this is their CEO here. Just a few of his accomplishments. He was the co-founder of Activision, the chairman of Activision Studios, the founder and CEO of Acclaim Games. There's a video by Mr. Wonderful here as well if you want to watch that.
Hi, Kevin O'Leary here. I want to talk to you about a new alternative asset class that has recently emerged. It allows anyone to invest in early stage companies and startups, just like I do. It's called equity crowdfunding, and Start Engine is leading the industry. Start Engine was founded by Howard Marks, the co-founder of gaming giant Activision, which currently has a multi-billion-dollar market cap. You don't often see a track record better than that. Howard built Start Engine to allow startups and small businesses to raise directly from their customers and communities. In fact, when I heard about Start Engine, I decided to invest in them myself. Why is this space gaining traction so quickly? Unlike venture capital funding, equity crowdfunding allows the entrepreneur to stay in control of their company. It also allows everyday investors to invest in startups and early stage companies that were previously only accessible to the wealthy. Start Engine is the largest platform of its kind in the US. They have already raised $150 million for over 350 companies and have 250,000 investors active on their platform. Look, their team has lofty goals. To build something revolutionary, they plan to raise over $10 billion for companies in the next 10 years, permanently altering the funding landscape. I have to tell you, that inspires me too. Not only do they encourage other companies to raise from the crowd, Start Engine is raising its current round of funding from the public right now. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. You should consult your own before making an investment decision. But I've decided to invest in Start Engine and become their strategic advisor and a paid spokesperson because I really believe in this company and what it's doing. The CEO has a proven track record of building successful businesses. There are more than 5 million small businesses in the US, and venture capitalists invest in less than 1% of them. Start Engine is the answer for the other 99% of businesses. And that's why I decided to join their team as one of thousands of shareholders. You can join me as well by investing in Start Engine and owning a piece of the next great financial technology company. Learn more at startengine.com.
There you go. They're actually going to have a pitch competition to him. So 5 companies are going to be able to come and pitch their presentations to him just like you would on a Shark Tank. All right, so we talked about how they make money, but one thing we didn't cover was in the future, they are trying to shoot for this year, but it may get pushed. They want to create something that's sort of like a publicly traded platform here. So when you buy shares of a company here, you'll be able to trade them with other people just like you would on the New York Stock Exchange or in your regular brokerage account. All right, so as you go through, I'm going to show you a video of an actual company that's trying to get more funding on it. The name of this company is called Guru. I'm not going to show you the whole presentation, but I want you to see what somebody presenting kind of looks like.
Last year, there have been videos circulating on social media of people confined to wheelchairs, putting on exoskeletons and standing and walking for the first time. Guru is augmenting the human to be able to innovate like they've never been able to do before. Our goal is to create the ultimate engineering AI assistant, like Jarvis in the Iron Man movies. Imagine you have an idea for a brand new invention. What tools would you need? I made a robotic arm out of AC motors, and I used to blow the breaker box in my parents' house a lot. When I subsequently discovered what an engine...
So if you want to see more of that video, you would just go to Start Engine, look through the different companies that they have. So you could click on Start Investing, and then you could filter it by what you want. So right here, it gives you the option to filter by companies that are still looking for funding or ones that are completed. You can look through different industries. So, they're kind of organized here for you. And they also have the most funded ones, the most recently launched, or ones that are closing soon. They have themselves on here because they're trying to get funding as well. So you can invest in the actual company, which is Start Engine. So this is financial services here. So we could go over here to technology, and we'll scroll down a little bit. And here you would find Guru if you wanted to see more of what that company had to offer. So let's say you liked Guru and you felt like it was something that you wanted to invest in. So right here, it tells you they have 51 days left to invest. 517 people have invested, and they have raised about 10,000 out of their 1.7 million goal. All right. So as you scroll down, and all the companies are going to be like this, they're going to show you things about the company, and they're always going to brag. Obviously, they're going to talk about the best things that they have. Sometimes they'll talk about like the negatives, like what's keeping them from being a big company. But ultimately, one thing I really liked was at the bottom, they post things about themselves, so they could keep you posted. You could see accomplishments they've made, or you could see things where they've their shortcomings. And then they also give you the opportunity to comment and, have a discussion with other people who are considering investing in it, have invested in it. If you have questions, you could post it on there, and the people from these actual companies will answer your specific question. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's other companies out here in the world that are doing something similar, but they feel their product is better because of who their owner is. They have a lot of things that they offer. They've launched the most companies, things like that. So let's say you wanted to invest in Start Engine itself. You would buy it at $13 per share. The minimum investment right now is $506. Like I said, it was around 9,000 investors are currently invested in this company, and the max offering is $41 million for this company. And if you want to do it, there's 4 days left in this investment as of September 26th. So, if you want to do it, get on it. All right, so when you actually click on invest, this is what you'll see. You'll get the opportunity to invest. Right here in this company, for example, you're paying for $10 per share. The minimum investment is 50 shares, which would be a price of $500. The maximum investment would be 10,700 shares. They don't want you owning too much of the company. And how much you would like to invest here, your information, date of birth, what country you're from, your address, your cell phone number, your citizenship status, and how you're going to pay. The payment options are credit card or debit card, ACH transfer, wires transfer. They'll accept Bitcoin or they'll accept Ethereum, and then your signature is required. And it's as easy as that in order to get started with actually funding a company. Now, while this is not the stock market, and while it is a great opportunity, please remember that this is still a risk asset. Whatever company you're funding may not give you a return on investment for a long time or even ever. You may lose this money. So don't put more money into a company than you're willing to risk. Everyone's risk tolerance is different. I hope you learned something. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, if you wouldn't mind pressing that like button, as it helps the algorithm a lot, and subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Let us know down below in the comment section if you think this is a great company, something to invest in. Maybe you have an alternative, something else. I could research that and do a video on that as well. As always, don't forget, you are part of the Future Focus team. Until next time.